Today's lesson is on augmented triads. You have learned up to this point 3 types of triads. You've learned that a major triad is everything is in the key of the root, which is the bottom of the 1-3-5 position. And then we always start with putting a chord in major. And then from major, if you want to make it minor, you lower the 3rd, which is the middle note. If you wanted to make a diminished triad, from the major positions, you would lower the 3rd and the 5th. And today we're going to learn augmented. This is the last type of triads, an augmented triad. Okay, so usually the abbreviation is AUG. It has a raised 5th, which is the top note if your triad is in root position. So these are what we're going to be working on today. So we're going to make these all major triads. We're going to think in the major key of the note given, and then we're going to make everything major chords, and then once we're done, go back and raise the top note, the 5th of the 1-3-5. Raise it a half step. All right, so here we go. B. Remember, this is the bottom note, so every good boy, always check your clef. I typically do treble clef, but always check your clef and make sure you're starting in the right position, the right line or space. Think in B major. B major has F, C, G, D, and A sharp in it. I'm going to apply that to my chord. I have a B. It does not get a sharp. The D does, and the F does. B, D sharp, F sharp is B major. Now to make it augmented, I'm going to raise that 5th out of the key. It's already an F sharp, so I'm going to add another sharp to it. So now we have B augmented. And just a reminder, this is the sign for a double sharp. It looks like a little fancy X. We don't have a sign for a double flat, but we do have one for a double sharp. So you could write either way. You could have that X right there, or you could just write 2 sharps. All right, G flat augmented. Here's a G. Stack your 3rd and 5th on top in the key of G flat. There are a lot of flats, B, E, A, D, G, and one more C. Apply that to your triad. We have G flat, B gets a flat, and D gets a flat. All 3 notes get a flat to make them major, G flat major. Now to make it G flat augmented, that 5th needs to be raised a half step. We will need a natural sign to raise that flat a half step. So G flat, B flat, D natural is the G flat augmented triad. All right, A augmented. We have an A, C, E. In the key of A major, we have forget cutting grass. Put that into the triad. The only one that gets a sharp is the C because it's A, C, E. We have A major. To make it A augmented, let's raise that 5th. Right now it's E natural, so just sharp that little guy, and we have A augmented. Excellent. Moving on. F sharp augmented. We will put F, A, C. What is in the key of F sharp major? F, C, G, D, A, and E. Apply that to your triad. We have F sharp, A sharp, and C sharp. They all get sharps in this crazy key. Now we have F sharp major. Make it an F sharp augmented as it is asking. I need to raise that 5th, that top note, add another sharp. Or if you were writing in pencil, again, you could erase that sharp and put a double sharp sign, which is a little fancy looking X. Okay, last one, B flat augmented. There's B, D, F. In the key of B flat, we have 2 flats, B and one more E. I have a B that gets the flat, of course. That's a D and an F. They do not get flat in this key. So B flat major, make it B flat augmented. Add a raised 5th to that. Now you have B flat augmented. B flat, D, F sharp. So sometimes you do have a mixture of accidentals in these chords, but it's all about spelling. We can't change notes. We just spell them with accidentals to make them the appropriate type. Practice makes perfect.